What's going on, movie fans? In today's video, I'll be discussing Wicked for Good, which is finally out in theaters. This is your review. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the like button. Let's dive deep into Wicked for Good. So, Wicked for Good is a second act of the Wicked Broadway sensation to the big screen adaptation. Follows up from 2024 Wicked, and we're following up with 2025. One of my favorite movies of last year. Going to this movie, I was very excited, very super pumped to seeing the second act of this movie, as I never seen the Broadway of Wicked brought to life before. And the last one is so damn good in every level of musical. It just feels like a blast movie from the first one. And now we're about to see and talk about how impactful the sequel is. So what I'm going to say is that I have a preference to the first movie, and I'll talk about it just in a second. But after the first 30 minutes, this movie fully kicks in the vibes of Dune Part 2 vibes that I was looking for. So it manages to deliver such a unique sequel that's dark and twistful at the same time. And unlike almost what I didn't realize, or how the Wicked adaptation would be changed to the big screen, seems like it's going to be more a little sort of action than the first one. Seems to be really moving off from the fun vibes to like a action twist movie. So that actually really works for the most part, and I had a brilliant time with the sequel and managed to deliver the twists and turns as it goes with this film. So the reason why I prefer the first act over the second one, and I'm not saying, and I'm here to let you guys know, I'm not saying Wicked for Good is a bad movie. I'm not coming on here and saying that. I still enjoy this movie, and I think it's still a nice, awesome movie to see, especially if you're a fan of the first one. The reason why I prefer the first one is because the songs. So the songs in this movie, they don't really feel the much that elevates. Now there is some nice ones, but unlike the last one gives like such unique fun vibes, goofiness. I mean, there's like so many good songs in the first one that I love. One of my favorites, just to remind everybody, is Dancing Through Life. Jonathan Bailey just owned that scene, by the way, last one, and he's still good in this movie. But overall, the songs from the last one just gives great goosebumps in me, and it gives a lot of satisfaction to enjoyment. Part two, it feels story more focused than the vocals of the song, but regardless, it still delivers some nice ones. And I'm not here to shame on the soundtrack of this movie overall with the music. For Good, as I mentioned, as for Good is going to be those songs people will talk about. Probably going to be the original song for the Oscars. But just to compare from the first to the second one, does feel underwhelming with the soundtrack as a focus on as it sacrifices more songs than just doing the story. And that's honestly pretty fine for me, and it really worked for the most of it, so I really appreciate that kind of direction to take. I still think if it was a little more longer, because I'm surprised it manages to be 2 hours and 18 minutes. If it was at least almost 3 hours, that could have a little more breathing at the same time, but I understand it falls up with the second act, so it goes a little quicker as it falls down to the second act. So I'm really surprised it was just short, and then maybe it could have been a little more longer, could have been just a better, great movie as well. But does not change the fact it's a not good movie. I still love this movie as well. I just prefer the first act, and not everyone would like the second one way more, and that's all right. I've seen some people talking about it, but they still enjoy the movie regardless. So Wicked for Good still brings a nice conclusion and satisfying regardless. Before I do forget, Part 2 does have the Wizard of Oz elements in terms of the characters with Dorothy and other characters. I don't think it really off-puts a lot into the pacing. I know it may bother some people that were looking for something out of this movie, but I truly thought it was okay, and I thought they were cool to see in the elements of Wizard of Oz and the Wicked combination. So I thought it really still did fine and concludes where it goes and how it sets with the Wizard of Oz characters. But I still think it doesn't bother, and it still delivers uniquely nicely to the touch. The visuals and production design of this movie still holds up outstanding like the first one. It is amazing, beautiful, and just craftsmanship all over. This gives like exactly what the first one had in mind. It is beautiful to watch. The cinematography was unique in this movie, and I can't remember what the Oscar was as I record this video about the cinematography, but it won pretty unique Oscars for such category that it really deserves. And I think going on with the next Oscar, it's going to win almost the same thing yet again. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, they continue to deliver such emotional relationship to this movie, and they lit up the show just like the Broadway to life on the big screen. Their performances are so truly remarkable. I feel like they're going to be running and campaigning the same category for best lead for Cynthia and supporting for Ariana. I love these two together, two piece in the pod of this movie. They're basically the second act's strongest core in the movie, and it delivers on that at every aspect. And like I said, it doesn't really kick in with those relationships like later after the 30 minutes. So that's when it really gets really unique and strong. And now the main question is how much of an Oscar contender it's going to be like the last one. So far, it's likely going to be the same category it had earned last year for the Oscars. You have Best Picture, Actress, Supporting Actress, Visuals, Sound, Editing, Production Design, Original Score, Makeup, Hairstyling, and Costume Design. Those nominations earned at least 10. So you look at the standpoint, it's like the Dune Part 1 that earned so much nominations and dominated it. Not saying Wicked's gonna forget's gonna do the same, because especially you may got heavy hitters, but I feel like the ones that just won last year, you had costume design and production design that truly both were the winners of the last year's Oscars. I feel like Dune Wicked for Good is going to earn the same winning category. I would say best visual effects, but you got Avatar next month. I feel like that's going to blow it out of the water for how much easier it will win. But I feel like Wicked for Good, I feel like this is going to have a different side of things that's going to more than just two. I feel like supporting actress could be a lot easier. We'll see. Ariana Grande is just great what she does, and Cynthia Rovio. We'll see what the best actress will come at it. I'm not sure how much heavy hitters they'll have. But so far, it looks like it's going to have the same running campaign to have at least 10 Oscars, but hopefully win more than at least two. But I feel like the acting cast has been great, and hopefully we'll see where it goes. Wicked for Good overall, despite the shortcomings, is still a brilliant sequel that follows up great from the first act to the second act, still delivers a unique, satisfying conclusion that will please many people and fans. Regardless of how much I love the first act, it does not change the fact how much good the sequel is. It delivers a high stake and emotional gut check of Dune Part 2 vibes I'm comparing, still brilliantly that it delivers a conclusion. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were both excellent in their own rights. The chemistry is off the charts, the vocals are awesome, and the songs are still weak regardless, but the finale is still amazing to hear with this singing. The visuals, costume, production design is brilliant. John Entry just did a great job elevating the sequel that does still continue to find the gravity and doesn't hold back from anything in the sequel. And I know that people still would prefer the first act, like myself, and some other people may hate the second act, but I truly don't think it's a terrible movie, and I highly encourage not to think this way. I know people can go in their mindset of having expectations, but going with zero expectations just helps, because Wicked for Good does not change how good the sequel is. My rating on this movie I'll be giving is an 8.5 out of 10 and 4 stars. If you enjoy this review, be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more movie review content if you're enjoying this first viewing of your watch. And share your thoughts down below in the comment section if you've seen Wicked for Good. What do you think of it, and which act do you prefer, the first one or the second one? Thanks for watching, guys. Most importantly, I want each and last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. Peace.